Hello, beautiful mutants. It is Friday, June the 21st, and it is a warm, sunny day, summer day, almost hot summer day. I would say it's probably in the mid 70s. A little bit more clouds than yesterday, but the sun is not covered by clouds right now, so that's good. So this is going to be a shorter video. Yesterday, hopefully it's not an anomaly, but just yesterday was a good day. Well, today's still a good day too, but heading back to Savannah tonight, camping overnight, going to see Mom tomorrow, and then back to work on Monday. Yesterday, I wasn't really thinking about all that. Actually, I think at some point yesterday, was thinking that I might not be going back to Kamloops. So, but it's good that I'm going back to Kamloops. I need to see her one more time before going back to work. So okay, let's just head to the good stuff, I guess. So I didn't go up the mountain, which you can see is right over there. If I zoom in, that's where I was yesterday. And so I'm on a rock that I've filmed a couple of videos before. I don't know if you recognize that post there. So yeah, good points. Watched a couple more Alan Watts lectures. I know they're listened to them. I didn't watch them. There's nothing to watch other than like I think in one of the videos there's like like oceans or skies or something like that. But the long one that I watched, and I'd been saving it for a while. I think actually before I even left for Kamloops, I think. Wow, was it that long? Yeah, because it was just left on, but it was the Tao of Philosophy. About 47 minutes long lecture. This might be a little bit later. It might be like could have been in the 60s or possibly early 70s. I would say 60s probably. I was talking a lot about computers and stuff like that. I know computers were around back in the 50s as well, and talking about quantum mechanics, but this guy obviously was an extremely knowledgeable person. So that was the one, and then I think I started watching another one, maybe no, but then I ended up watching. I watched like a 1 minute one on I can't remember what it was, but it was him talking just for a minute. But then the other one that was a little bit longer, it was about 12 minutes long, was do you do it or does it do you? And I think I that it sort of ties in with everything. I guess like the whole point of like not thinking about it, just doing it, right? I mean, when you say you're in a groove sort of thing, or like in bowling, I use that for an example or something like that. That when you're thinking about it, when you're trying too hard, you make mistakes. But if you don't think about it and just let your arms, just do the motions, you know what to do, you just let it happen, and then all of a sudden you just start bowling strike after strike. But the moment that you stop and you contemplate, how did I do that? All of a sudden you start. See the old adage, you can like a bowl like near perfect game or something like that. Have a really good game, and the next game is not so good because you probably like let your ego get in the way. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So it's the whole process of that, and it talks about this in the Tao philosophy as well, is that regarding mechanism and organism, right? Like machines, computers, they're of parts, right? They're right. They're assembled, whereas human beings were organisms. We grow, and right. We grow from the single cell sort of thing. And so what he was saying is that for some reason in Western culture, like it's not unusual for a kid, for a little kid to say, how was I made, right? As though that we've been programmed that we're machines and not organisms. Whereas in Eastern cultures, or like China or India, the more natural thing for them to say is, "How did I grow?" or how did I become, maybe, or something like that. But not how was I made, right? Um, so I think I went off on a tangent there, but I think again, so that's the whole premise about meditation, mindfulness, nothingness. Is the idea is that there is, what is there, something over there? Oh, that's just rock. Sorry, just freaked me out without my glasses when I'm videoing. Um, yeah, like there is nothing, right? I mean, we come into the world with nothing, and just all of a sudden, like out of the void, we are programmed. We are programmed. We are told, right? Like we are told that is a tree. We are told the sky is blue. Not told, but like what I mean. We learn, like, through our academics, like through the right, and yeah, I can just, like, I remember when my kids were going to school, there was like this whole new math sort of thing, and it's a whole different from like right, like, do we know what our kids are learning these days? um right, like the surgeon general wants to put like a label on social media, akin to cigarettes, that social media, like, too much is harmful for your health, sort of thing, right? I mean, right, and we knew this when, like, when we're younger, like, with TV, right? We're not supposed to watch TV 24 hours a day, right? And sure enough, we watched it about 4 or 5 hours a day, right? Like in the evenings, like after we've done our homework, sort of thing. But now, like, with social media, like, it's like people are on their phones, like, from morning to from like literally all day long, right? Now, I mean, I pretty much have gotten off of that spinning wheel, first with Facebook over a year ago, and TV news, anything that pretty much pretends to have control over me. Like, it's like, especially like like weekly sitcoms or news. You got to watch the news morning, afternoon, and night, sort of thing. No, you don't. So yeah, and that's, again, a lot of talk about control, sort of thing, and how that you, like, that you don't have really, like, well, or that's what you're trying to, is the freedom, to do nothing. Because that's what I've had, actually, over the last little while, is due to unfortunate circumstances, for the last 28 days. Well, I've done a lot of driving, listened to a lot of CBC, lots of learning through CBC, that's for sure. You get to discover things that you never knew before, like chessboard. Although, was that on CBC? I think so. The normal chessboard is an 8x8 board, but apparently in Japan there is a 9x9 board. Sort of like it, and again, like with bowling, going back to bowling. Bowling is only in the 5-pin bowling is only in Canada. 10-pin bowling dominates the rest of the world. And the reason why I found that out was when I was working at the Thompson Hotel. I was playing this Easy One production games about movies and stuff like that. I'm going off really on tangent, random thoughts, and yeah, and me and this guy, that he lived in Malaysia. we were talking, and for some reason came about bowling, and I said, yeah, I've been bowling in Canada, and it says I've never heard about that before, right? And sure enough, I look, and it's sort of like, because I've been bowling only in Canada. Anyways, right, one of the famous slogans. NBC usually has good slogans. I think they've got one now. I can't remember what it is, but back in the I think 80s or 90s, the more you know sort of thing. And yeah, I think the current one something to do with truth or something like that, right? I'm not 100% sure, but does anybody watch the NBC, ABC, CBS? It's still just those three, isn't it? Essentially, and then here in Canada, CBC and Global sort of thing, or BCTV, like the original five. And growing up in Canada, we didn't have ABC until I was almost 10 or something like that. We just had NBC and CBS. And ABC had like Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and Three's Company. Okay, wow. Just by rambling about nothing, really, I've become a Seinfeld. Nothing? What's this? I'm talking about nothing? No, I'm not really talking about nothing. But I guess this video is turning out better than I thought. Like when I first started talking. Gotta stop the ums, though. The ums, the ers, the ahs, right? Gotta have a continuous flow of talking. Or maybe laughing every once in a while. So watched, and then I watched some, started watching the Y-Files, Conversation of Ancient Mysteries. So, I like watching the Y-Files, but sometimes it disturbs me because, like, he's presenting as though that like this is stuff that's like that's being debunked and it's not true, sort of thing, but but he just presents it so well, right? Because I just finished the one about like Agartha and the Hollow Earth and stuff like that, and it's sort of like yeah, but no, right? And the next one is Lemuria and Atlantis. I've seen that before as well, but I'll probably watch it again. Formula One racing, so it's like starting to get back into the groove. Watched the first couple of practices this morning. Gonna miss out on qualifying tomorrow morning because I'll be in Savannah and then going to Kamloops. But I'll catch all of that on Sunday. Actually, might catch the qualifying Saturday night and then watch the race on Sunday. And then back to work on Monday. Went through my emails yesterday. There was about 177 of them. Exactly. And I was able to delete them all in about 10 minutes. They were all just junk email, like junk email or just emails from my chat, sort of thing. And what I'll do maybe Sunday for an hour, so I'll go and just do the action out loud in the chat. So there's a marmot over there. Can't see it, but I saw a marmot. Oh yeah, and I was gonna send you this, like text you this later on, but I will say now. Watch the movie, the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and there's a 15-year-old character. I think the original was when she was 13 or something, and she likes to do like witty jokes, like in regards to science. So here's one that she. The only one in this. I think the previous movie there was like 2 or 3. There was only one in this movie that I could catch. Of which later on in the movie there was a car with a license plate with the numbers 523. And going on the coincidences with that, my boss's the last 4 digits of her cell number is 4823. 23, yeah. And watching before the rolling over and going to sleep, we're watching Back to the Future, the first one. And it was like right near the beginning where Marty McFly's girlfriend is taken off, and she writes "I love you" and the number of her grandma's place. And of course, 555 is always the first 3 numbers, for the most time, like Talk Back with Hackers, 555-4240, and mine is 4341. Purposely done that even years ago. Anyways, she wrote it as 555-4823, right? The exact same 4 digits as the last 4 digits. So anyways, I thought that was cool. Okay, so back to the movie and the joke. And then I think I'm going to wrap it up for today and then head back home. Maybe I'll do one tonight from Savannah or something like that. So, from the movie, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Just watched it a couple times last night and the night before. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Has cameos from Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, even the guy from the Real Genius, the guy that the EPA guy, yeah, he's in there as well. And so yeah, many cameos. And finally to the joke, yeah, you're saying, come on, now get on with it. Okay, a photon is checking into a hotel. The bellhop asks if any help is needed with the luggage. No thanks, replied the photon. I'm traveling light. Ba-dum-ba. Anyways, have a great afternoon and evening. It's the weekend. Stay tuned.